In this video, I talk more about the theoretical foundation for your semester project and how rhetoric and writing integrates with your visual media communication. Regardless of what media form you are working with, writing is always going to be a central part of your workflow. Effective communication relies on your ability to write clearly so your audience can understand and be persuaded by your arguments. Style is a concept that refers to the way you express your ideas, from the words you choose, to the way you structure your sentences, and to the way you organize your documents into paragraphs, sections, and chapters. Your style of communication will often determine whether or not your readers understand your arguments, or even if they bother to read your document at all. Let's take a closer look. Sentences are the basic building blocks of your text. Effective sentences will usually have a high verb-to-word ratio. Use concrete verbs and nouns, avoid prepositional phrases, and adopt an active voice. Express your message clearly. A sentence should only express one point. Avoid jargon and pompous language in your writing. Remember that you write to express, not to impress. Do follow the conventions of your profession or discourse community, but strive for effectiveness and clarity in your professional communication. A paragraph is a collection of sentences that expresses one main idea. Use paragraphs to group information that belongs together. You begin each new paragraph with a topic sentence that forecasts what is to come. Include only information that is relevant to the topic sentence and arrange your sentences in a logical order. You should avoid making your paragraphs too long. Break up long paragraphs or reconsider whether you can simplify by cutting down the number of sentences. It is often helpful to use short conjunctional sentences to tie paragraphs together and improve the reading comprehension. In print communication, visuals act as rhetorical aids meant to complement the text. Their function is to further the rhetorical aim of your text by illustrating and explaining it. Depending on the information you choose to illustrate, you may use tables, charts, graphs, diagrams, photos, drawings, or film, but always be sure that your illustrations are appropriate and ethical for your content. Visual content must never be used to mislead your audience or to cover up a weak argument. When you communicate visually, as you will be in this course, the relationship between text and visuals is reversed. The visuals now take center stage, and the text serve as illustration and explanation. How you integrate text into your work depends on the media that you're working with. In the photo project for this class, you only have a few words per image to work with. For the web page and video projects, you have a lot more text at your disposal. But in each case, your text has a different rhetorical work to perform. More on that in just a moment. A key element in all technical communication is persuasion. For your media artifacts to be successful, they must ultimately convince your viewers that you have credibility, that your ideas have merit and can actually solve a problem. Rhetoric is called the art of persuasion, and good technical communicators know how to use all the available modes of persuasion to their advantage. Think about your communication project as a three-stage campaign where you utilize a different rhetorical mode at each stage to achieve a big end goal. The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle named the rhetorical modes of persuasion pathos, logos, and ethos. Pathos is the appeal to the audience's emotion. The word sympathy and empathy comes from this Latin word. Your photo project is primarily an appeal to pathos, designed to grab your audience's attention and draw them in. After seeing your persuasive photos, your audience should be intrigued and compelled to want to know more. Logos is the appeal to logic and reason. In technical communication, logos is normally invoked to provide support for your thesis through facts and empirical data. Your web page project is mainly an appeal to logos. It must present your audience with all the facts and arguments that you want to make. After reading your web page, your audience should know all the relevant facts and have a thorough understanding of the problem and the solution that you are communicating to them. Ethos is the appeal to authority. Your ethos as a communicator determines whether your audience believe what you have to say and ultimately whether they are moved to take action. Your video project appeals to ethos by projecting your credibility as a subject matter expert onto the audience. You utilize your ethos by speaking directly to your audience in your own voice. After viewing your video, your audience should be moved to follow your recommendations. Now that you have a better understanding how rhetoric and writing play into your visual communication semester project, I want to return for a moment to the question of style. Style is something that you develop through practice and by paying close attention to the rhetorical way in which you craft your documents or media artifacts. You will ultimately develop your own style that is informed by your voice as well as the conventions of the discourse community that you are communicating to. In this course, you will have the opportunity to practice communicating through different media utilizing different rhetorical strategies and appeals. The ultimate goal is to produce a multimodal communication campaign that not only addresses a problem that you want to solve, but also gives you valuable skills and knowledge to help you become a successful technical communicator in today's digital and visual media world. Thanks for watching.